52-year-old cleaning lady Maria Santos was invisible to everyone at the tech company. But the scar on her neck? Nobody knew she once defused bombs in Afghanistan, until that day when everything changed. Hello, dear viewers. Before we dive into this powerful story, don't forget to let us know in the comments which city you're watching from. If you believe these real-life stories need to reach more people, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Make sure to ring that notification bell too, because today's story is about people you might never notice but see every day. What if I told you that the most ordinary-looking person around you might actually be a life-saving expert? Maria Santos was a cleaning lady at a major tech company in the heart of San Francisco. At 52, she was medium height, with dark hair always pulled back in a bun, a woman who preferred simplicity. Every evening at 6 p.m., she'd start work, cleaning the 23-story glass building from top to bottom. People never noticed her. Maria was exactly that kind of person. Quiet, invisible, just doing her job and leaving. But those who looked carefully could see a deep scar on her neck, running from behind her left ear down to her chin. Old, faded, but still visible. Maria had never told anyone the story behind that scar, and she didn't need to, because she was someone else now. The tech company was one of Silicon Valley's rising stars, a 500-person company working in artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. Most employees were between 25 to 40 years old, young, ambitious, and thinking they were the center of the world. The company's standout figures were David Chen, 34 years old, chief engineer, thinks he's very smart. Jennifer Walsh, 28 years old, project manager, always in a hurry. Mike Rodriguez, 31 years old, security expert, authoritarian type. Sarah Kim, 26 years old, software developer, social media addict. This young team never noticed Maria. To them, she was just the cleaning lady. Maria worked the same routine every evening. She'd start from the upper floors, clean offices one by one, empty trash bins, mop floors, and disinfect equipment. While working, she'd wear headphones but wouldn't listen to music, just monitoring the sounds around her. Company employees completely ignored her. David would walk past Maria while she was cleaning the conference room, continuing his phone conversation as if she wasn't there. Jennifer once said to Maria, "Hey, I have an important presentation tomorrow. Make sure my office floor is extra shiny." "No, please, no thank you, just an order." Mike, despite being a security expert, had never been curious about Maria's background. He only addressed her as cleaning lady. Sarah Kim would use Maria as background in her social media videos. "We work so hard. Even the cleaning lady is here until late," she'd post in her stories. But there were small signs that Maria was different. While working, she'd always scan the environment, check exit routes, look for any abnormalities. Once there was a small electrical problem in David's office. Cables were smoking, creating a dangerous situation. While other employees were panicking and about to call the fire department, Maria calmly approached and solved the problem in a few minutes. Her hands weren't shaking. Her breathing was steady. "How do you know these things?" David had asked. "I learned it at my previous job," Maria had said briefly and closed the topic. But David couldn't forget her composure in that moment. As months passed, the young employees at the company began treating Maria even more disrespectfully. They saw her silence as weakness. Jennifer complained one day, "Why does Maria work so slowly? Can't we find someone faster?" Mike added, "Someone younger would be better for company security. What would this woman do in suspicious situations?" Sarah Kim joked in a TikTok video, "The cleaning lady at the office is super weird, never smiles, never talks, like a robot." Even David was now treating Maria distantly. "We don't know anything about this woman. Where she came from, what her background is, it's unclear." One Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m., an anonymous threat message came to the company's security system. "There's a hidden bomb in the tech company building. It will explode in 2 hours. Evacuate the building." Security alarms started blaring. All employees began running around in panic. David immediately called the police. Jennifer started evacuating employees. Mike activated security protocols. But 10 minutes later, a second message arrived. The bomb is hidden somewhere in the building. Find it or it will explode. Clue: hidden in the cleanest place. This message made everything even more complicated. Until police arrived, they needed to search every corner of the building. Maria was working on the 15th floor at that time. When she heard the alarm sounds, she calmly walked to the elevator and went down to the main floor. She saw the panicked employees in the lobby. She approached David. "What's happening?" "There's a bomb threat, Maria. You need to leave the building immediately, too," David said hurriedly. But Maria stopped. She read the message again. She thought about the phrase, hidden in the cleanest place. "I know this building best," she said calmly. "I clean every corner. If there's something suspicious, I'd notice it." Mike interrupted. "This isn't your job. Let the police come. Let experts come." "Police will take 40 minutes to get here," Maria said. "If the bomb is real, then it'll be too late." Jennifer looked shocked. "What are you talking about? You're a cleaning lady." Maria looked at them. There was a determination in her eyes they'd never seen before. "Yes, I'm a cleaning lady, but I'm also—" She paused. She touched the scar on her neck. Then continued. "I'm also an explosive ordnance disposal expert." The lobby suddenly went silent. Everyone was staring at Maria. What did you say?" David stammered. "For 10 years, I was an explosive ordnance disposal specialist in the U.S. Army," Maria said. "I served 3 tours in Afghanistan. I defused hundreds of bombs." Sarah Kim's mouth fell open. But you're a cleaning lady." "After returning from war, I transitioned to civilian life," Maria explained. "I have PTSD. I don't like noisy environments. Cleaning work gives me peace, but that doesn't mean I forgot my skills." Mike looked skeptical. "Can you prove this?" Maria took out her phone and showed an old photo. Young Maria in military uniform, holding explosive ordnance disposal equipment. There was no scar on her neck yet. "This scar," she said, pointing to her neck, "I got during an IED explosion in Kandahar. I saved 6 soldiers' lives that day, but I was also wounded." Jennifer's voice was trembling. So what do we do?" "First, the building will be evacuated," Maria said authoritatively. "I'll search for the bomb. If I find it and can defuse it, fine. If I can't, at least I'll determine its location, making experts' job easier when they arrive." David was hesitant. "But this is very dangerous." "David," Maria said, addressing him by name for the first time. "I did this job for years. If the bomb is real, I can find it. I need you to trust me." Mike was thinking about security procedures. "The procedure is to wait for police." "The procedure is to save people," Maria cut him off. "And right now, I'm the most qualified person here." While employees evacuated the building, Maria began a systematic search. Thinking about the cleanest place clue, she started with cleaning rooms, ventilation ducts, and hidden corners she always kept clean. She searched for 15 minutes, found nothing. But then something occurred to her. As a bomb expert, she knew terrorists usually play psychological games. The phrase, cleanest place, might not carry a literal meaning. She thought about the most prestigious place in the company, David's office, the most organized, cleanest, most important place. She went up to David's office. She examined every corner. Under the desk, behind the cabinet, ventilation grills. And then she found it. Under the desk, in an almost invisible spot, a plastic box. Inside were a digital clock, cables, and plastic explosives. Maria's pulse quickened, but her hands remained calm. She'd encountered this type of bomb before. Simple, but effective. She called David. "I found the bomb, in David's office. 45 minutes left." "Maria, get out of there. Let the police come," David shouted. "Police will arrive in 30 minutes. I can handle it in 10, but I need silence." She hung up and got to work. First, she analyzed the bomb's structure. She calculated which cable triggered what, Which movement would cause an explosion? Her experiences in Afghanistan came back. Her hands weren't shaking. Her breathing was steady, just like in war. 7 minutes later, she cut the right cable. The digital clock stopped. The bomb was defused. When Maria came downstairs, all the employees gathered in front of the building were looking at her. David ran to her. "Maria, how did you do it?" "This was my job," Maria said simply. "I've been cleaning this place for 3 years. I know every corner. And I have experience with bombs." Jennifer approached shamefully. "Maria, when I think about how I treated you..." "It's in the past," Maria said. "You didn't know me, that's normal." Mike nodded. "We never noticed you. You protected this company." Sarah Kim was crying. "I made fun of you on TikTok. God, how wrong I was." In the following days, the atmosphere at the tech company completely changed. Maria was no longer just a cleaning lady. She was the company's hero. David offered her a new office. "Would you like to work in the security department? Your salary would be triple." Maria smiled. "Thank you, David. But I love cleaning work. It gives me peace." "But you're a bomb expert." "Yes, I was. Now I'm a cleaning lady. Both are honorable jobs." Jennifer brought her coffee. "Maria, I apologize. You protected this place, and we treated you like you were invisible." "Jennifer," Maria said kindly, "you don't need to treat me differently. Just show respect. That's all." Weeks passed. Maria was still doing the same job, but she was no longer invisible. People were saying good morning to her, asking how she was. Mike started inviting Maria to security meetings. Maria's experience is very valuable to us. Sarah Kim talked about Maria as the company's real hero on social media. Sometimes real heroes are found in the most unexpected places. David made time to talk with Maria. "Maria, what did you experience in that war?" "Many things, David. But the most important thing I learned: don't judge people by their appearance. Everyone has a story." One evening, while Maria was working on the 15th floor again, David came to her. "Maria, can I ask you something?" "Ask." "When we got the bomb threat, weren't you scared?" Maria stopped, put down the cloth in her hand. "I was scared, David. But fear doesn't stop you. You manage it. When I was defusing that bomb, I was actually just doing my job." "But you risked your life for us?" "No," Maria said. "I just did what was right. You would have done the same." That night, as Maria went home, she looked at the scar on her neck in the mirror. It was no longer a shameful mark, but an honorable memory of the time she served. When the young people at the tech company looked at her as just a cleaning lady, Maria wasn't hurt, because she drew her identity not from her job, but from her character. And the most important lesson she taught them today was, don't judge people by their appearance. Everyone has experiences in their past, lessons they've learned, and skills they've gained. Maria Santos was still a cleaning lady, but she was also a bomb expert, a hero, and now a valued team member. Because real strength doesn't lie in showing power to impress people, but in being able to use that power when needed and then quietly returning to your work. 6 months later, the tech company's security department had been completely reorganized with Maria's advice. The company was not only safer, but had also become a more humane place. Maria still cleaned every evening, but she was no longer alone while working. David sometimes accompanied her. Jennifer tried to help her. Mike consulted her on security matters. Sarah Kim shared her stories with her. Most importantly, everyone was now really trying to get to know each other. Because the most valuable lesson they learned that day was, never underestimate the people around you. Try to learn their stories. Maybe you're working with people who have had life-changing experiences. Maria Santos had proven this. Thank you for listening to this story. Are there people like Maria around you? Have you tried to get to know them? Share in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.